just messaged me. I was like, are they going live now? It's like, yes.
All right, we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
It is Thursday night. We back. We ready. Doing
Ready.
this. Oh, whoa, JC. All right. You see, you say it, and the song come in my head, but this time it's a clean song. It's a clean song. It's
Right.
that's not like Bunchy Garland or them. We ready. We ready.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
come on.
thank
Ah,
God.
see?
That's my
Wow.
song.
Thank God.
Wait, what?
Anissa,
Thank
really?
God.
Why are you choosing
I just,
violence?
I just say it was. Thank
Why
God.
are you choosing violence, though?
Oh,
Why?
my stomach
I
too hot head, man.
Anissa, your
Ah,
song in far away.
oh, damn.
Come a
I'm
little
so
bit
far away.
closer, baby.
Still
No,
soft.
oh, okay.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still
very.
kind of distant. Pull
It's
the mic
soft.
closer.
Is it better?
Yeah, but
A
it's
little
still
bit,
so
yeah.
kind of.
Pull out the USB cable and check it back in.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't
That's a
want to
basic
know.
IT move, though.
Unplug and plug in.
And plug it back in and just see.
It come out. It wasn't plugged in to begin with.
Oh, yeah, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Listen to
Anissa,
me.
it's too early for this. It's too early. It's real
Listen
Children,
early.
good night,
to
everyone.
me.
All they hear me,
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
Much
but
better. Yeah.
I mean, your mic on. So,
Make sure it
Listen,
connected. Make sure it connected on the StreamYard.
I am pulling this mic all over.
wait, you have to change your settings. I only had to change my settings once, and then once I plug it in, it automatically uses the USB mic instead
Amen.
of the headphones.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Yeah.
Oh.
Just make sure it connected to your mic and not.
Mm-hmm. Come a little bit closer, baby.
Hey y'all, we got
Um,
a YouTube viewer. Pick up yourself, YouTube viewer. Don't be
You're
having
hearing
trouble
me?
saying that. Yeah,
Yes?
much better. Yes.
I mean, we get a YouTube viewer, like we get one person came on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yay! Hello, person. Don't leave. Do not leave. You are champion in the cause right now. Say hello.
Listen, big up you.
Say
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah, Nisa, you're communicating now, man. You're communicating.
Say,
Yeah.
you dear, you dear, you dear, you
Listen,
dear.
Tonight is a popcorn night.
yeah.
Ooh,
Mhm.
tonight is a popcorn. I wish I get the memo though. That popcorn really just.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Hard life.
Next podcast will be another popcorn night.
Nah,
Very
I
true.
feel like we getting up to our wine night and I find we taking long.
Ooh,
A
wine.
little fine.
We can
This
make it happen.
is why
And
I say this is what this is week.
Listen,
What week we in? Week 3, week 4, week
yeah,
3.
week
week
three.
three,
Week
yeah.
three. Yeah, this is the third
Wait,
week.
that went by fast, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel
Mhm.
like now week 4, that topic's kind of serious, boy. We don't want to be drunk and talking about money or high and talking about money. I'll be serious. Money is serious business. Yeah. So
Maybe you need to because they might have to relax and take in what it is we're saying.
Taking what he's saying.
And they wouldn't be stressed about that bill you have to pay.
Listen.
uh-huh. So
Maybe you need to because they might have to
sorry.
relax
Oh,
and take in what it is we're
my bad.
saying.
I was checking the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But we good on Facebook.
Good night. Good
Miss
night, Miss
Allison.
Alice.
Hi, Miss Allison. Good
Good
night.
night.
Alia, I need to message Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize she was missing a little bit.
Yeah,
Mm.
not a little
And
bit.
then on a Friday, Miss Lady was like, Kila, but I forget. I think I missed it.
Oh.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you, boo boo.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
Come a little bit. I didn't know love songs from the past. Like, now that I'm singing, just come a little bit closer, right?
Mhm.
Sorry. While we hear love songs from the past. Hi, Auntie.
Oh, she
Hey,
rich.
Hey!
Hello.
hey. I find love songs from the past was like way better. Like it
Oh,
just had
hell,
like some
oh,
depth,
well, hell
a
yeah.
Yes.
story. It used to make you
Yes.
feel like,
Like you could fall in love.
Yeah.
yes, well, like this love thing is a good thing.
That.
But
Now, I ain't know. I ain't know now.
Right now is BMS.
Yeah.
watch me. Even the horning songs, the horning love songs, right? Where they
And listen, to
and make
this
you feel like
day,
you getting horn, boy.
exactly.
Like
And
you're
people
single
and
and you're feeling like, oh God, what is this?
correct. And people singing it with so much emotion that it's like you almost forget it's a horn song. Like a lot of those Luther Vandross. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else. He was singing about somebody else, eh? Let me
Mm-hmm.
just be clear.
Oh
But
gosh, man.
people hug up in the wedding, all up on their love on their doodoo like, oh God, baby. Yes.
Listen, this song keeps sticking in my head. Lips of an Angel. Auntie says fall in love songs right now. It's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. It's just kind
Hook up.
of what did I say? Hit it and quit it.
Quit it.
Is
Yeah.
it and quit it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like hit it and quit it songs.
Real Life Guru, thank you for being our YouTube viewer.
Hey,
Thank you
Hey.
very much.
on the
All
YouTubes.
right, guys, let us start. 6 minutes in.
Yeah.
So let us
Do the
begin.
countdown.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
All right. Good night, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. It's episode 3. Welcome, welcome,
Hey.
welcome.
hey.
I'm Anissa. This is your girl JC and Akila. Guys, let's check in. I don't know about you. I'm very excited. This week, this topic
Yeah.
is gonna be if all I don't know, I bring my tea cup because we're about to spill this tea, right?
And I had a popcorn.
And the
Listen, we
popcorn.
ready.
We on and popping.
Ready.
Keels, how you feeling tonight?
Whew, I'm feeling good about the topic. I'm feeling good about the topic. Today was a
Yeah.
rough day, but I think Thursdays are the best days to be rough days because then I come home and I
Mm.
get to do this and I'm happy again. So,
You're right. You're right.
yeah.
How
Yeah.
about you, Jace?
I think, Keisha,
Um, it's always a good day for me, you know.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
but
Keep
yeah,
it,
Always a
keep
good
it.
day.
I have my popcorn. I ready. I ready for
You're
this
right.
show. I ready for this
You're right.
show.
Right. I noticed a comment from Marcus. Marcus, good night. Pleasant good night to you. The night no start.
I go
The
and
night
quit
no
up, eh?
start.
I go
He
and
said,
quit
will
up.
I ever listen to a long time Indian tune to chase the cottage
what I
sun?
mean, Marcus
I don't
translated, and
know.
also
I don't
it's
know.
almost like I
Wait,
see in
what?
Marcus in a flowers field around the wrong tree. Brethren, what going on? Talk to me.
Wait. What song
Oh,
is
yeah, I
that?
love it. Listen, we will play it for you, Jace. We need to keep
Eh, I know
vanilla.
this song
Yeah.
earlier.
Yes.
I just sing that song
We
in my
just
head.
know it. I did too.
Listen,
I
I
am a
sing it,
teacher.
and I think you know, Marcus.
It
That
is,
big true,
but
they get true. They get
it
true, they
is.
get
It
true.
is.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Well, boy.
Tonight,
You see why I
guys.
need the popcorn?
Mhm.
Earlier tonight, we're talking about the dark side of positive vibes,
Mm.
also known as toxic positivity.
Mhm.
This is where, you know, everything is sunshine and rainbows in layman's term, right?
Yeah,
Everything is sunshine and rainbows. It's good vibes all the time, and you completely ignore the human experience
yeah,
because, you're looking on the bright side. So, the definition for toxic positivity is the overgeneralization of a happy, optimistic state that
Mhm.
results in denial, minimization, and invalidation of the authentic human emotional experience. Toxic positivity.
Positivity.
Or, as
Boom.
I like to call it, the Princess Poppy syndrome. So I have a daughter, right? So of course we watch a lot of cartoons and animated movies.
And
If
it's a
you know
beating
who's
bad
Princess,
tonight. We know,
I know,
sir.
right?
No. Second rush out on them. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm sorry. If
Something
you
in
know
that
Princess
tea.
Poppy, if all I know Princess Poppy, all I know that Princess Poppy thinks it's sunshine. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. It's
Oh
glitter
wow.
all the time, right? That's not reality. So
Yeah.
I want to hear from a co-host. Have you ever been guilty of toxic positivity, or have you received that? I will go first. I'll be honest. I have done it in the past, but I think the more I mature and I guess in my field of work, I understand now how terrible that could be. So I
Mm.
want to hear from you. Toxic positivity. Are you guilty of doing it?
This I really tell you, it's like you rush out of the tracks in the day. Then give me a little warm up, a little
I know,
air, you
right?
know. So I was like,
Warm up
you go
nothing.
Ever dive in
Warm up
head first.
nothing.
So toxic positivity, I think I am definitely guilty of that at times. And the
Yeah.
more I research this topic, is the more I was like, yo, damn, Kila, you doing this, you know? So,
Mhm.
and I think a lot of times I do it to myself. When I have a difficult situation, I tend to go to that place of
Yeah.
everything that's happened for a reason. Yes, let me just move on. Like I quick to shelve things and just be like, you know what, it is what it is. God know
Yeah.
what he's doing, and just to move away, because once I feel it, like I said, or
Yeah.
feeling angry, I just want to get out of that space sometimes, and I don't take the time to deal with the emotions, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
definitely, I have definitely done it. I think I definitely did it to people in the past. Nobody that called me out on it.
Yeah.
But I know in my past I would have done that too. Like, look
Yeah.
at the bright side, those type of things. And have I received it? Oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Uh-uh.
If I receive it
I
again.
people
Uh-uh.
I don't feel like people generally call this out, but we will get to that. We will get to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
usually don't say it, and that's for a reason. But
Yeah.
Jace, what about you?
Yeah. I definitely do it.
Mm-hmm.
I checked, I think probably earlier on this year, that's when I really like checked myself and was like, wait. Why it is you telling people to do this, but you just be in your feelings most times.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely used to do it. I definitely used to do it. As far as it being done back onto me, oh yeah. Hell shit, I can't curse.
Mul-
Damn. Oh, yeah.
Hell is a curse?
All of
Wait, hold
that.
on. Hell is
Uh-huh.
a curse? Hell? No. I mean, there's
Well,
a place
it's
of
a word.
damnation.
But
Yeah.
yeah. I
exactly.
definitely
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Definitely had experienced it. Yeah.
Experiences with it. And
Mm-hmm.
and here are some examples, right? Look on the bright side. Kilo mentioned one. Everything happens for a reason. What's the most
Mm-hmm.
annoying one to you all? Or they could comment in the comment section, like, what is really and what's some of the most annoying ones, the most common one?
At
Oh,
least you don't have it as bad as. Yo, that just made me feel like I could choke you. Like
Mm.
you're genuinely in a bad place and you're saying, yo, this happened. Da, da. And then the person now compare you to somebody else, like, yo, I don't care about Harry and what problems he have, Like I
correct.
have a problem right now. And
Yeah.
to me, that's the worst one for me. I think that's the one that would trip me off. I like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Good vibes only is another one that I
Mm.
really good vibes. How you could be good? It cannot be good vibes all the time. Like,
Yeah.
what is
You,
that? Good
you know
vibes
what is
only.
mine? You see that? Tell him, man, don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry,
We
go
me
work
don't
out.
worry.
Oh,
We me don't worry. I'm in this situation right now. I don't know what's going on turn out.
Look at the comment section. Chacha
Oh,
Sabi said, God is good. I know he
yeah.
is.
yeah, I know. No,
Look,
no scripture right now.
God
Don't
is
point
good.
in the direction of a scripture. Yeah,
Popcorn.
God is good. And
and I still had to go through this. Hey, you see what Auntie saying? You're not the first, you won't be the last.
oh my
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's stop it. Stop it. And you
that
will get through, man.
that
Just
one cuts deep. That one for me cuts deep because and this is why exactly what I explained at the top. you are invalidating how I
Okay,
feel
man.
in the moment.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
when you say you're not the first, okay, I know I am not the only person
But this
to
is
ever
what you're
experience
going
loss.
through
But
now.
at this point in time, I am hurt. Can you acknowledge that? I hate
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
I hate it. I know hate is a strong word,
But
but I
that's what it
hate it.
is.
You know what
That's what
else
it
I
is.
hate? I hate this one when somebody experiences loss, like the loss of a loved one, and this one is personal for me. And people say, well, don't cry, he going to be with the Lord. Listen,
I
I know that,
cannot.
Penny.
Listen.
I
Yeah.
know, I know.
My
But
thing is, if you had nothing good to say, keep your mouth hush. Shut up.
listen, listen. And
Like,
and listen, it's not that they are
They
consciously
mean wrong.
trying to
Yeah.
hurt
Yeah.
you, but
It's
like
true.
when you say things like that, you are
mm-hmm.
robbing that person of feeling. And we mentioned this before. It's like you don't want me, Marcus Paul, you are talking about, oh my God, right? I just say God is good all the time. Yeah, yeah, God is good, right? You are robbing me of experience. That moment, all I need
Hmm.
is comfort at that time. And when you
Yes.
dismiss how I
Yes.
feel, I mean, and that it actually does impact you a lot because
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you start experiencing shame. You feel
Exactly.
guilty for feeling that way. Your
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
stress level is at an all-time high. And let's be
Yep.
real, we know how stress impacts your physical health, and
Yeah.
then it spirals out of control. So it might seem like it's nothing. It's nothing at all. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to encourage you. But
Yeah.
how can you expect somebody to move past something without acknowledging what they actually feel? I think
Hmm.
that's like insanity. So you expect me to be okay, but you don't want me to acknowledge what is bothering
That
me.
something is
That's
wrong.
a
Yeah.
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a big, 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 big
Yep.
problem.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I
Yep.
think it stems from us, again, always highlighting or promoting positive emotions and
Hmm.
just trying to get people in that positive space. Like, you should be smiling all of the time. You should be laughing all of the time. You should be in a good mood all of the time. So when something bad happens, all we do is we just kind of bottle you up like this and just like, oh, you know, let me just shove you right back to the
Yeah.
positive zone. Like,
Exactly. Because we
why?
do
Why
not
are you doing
want
it?
to deal, we don't
We
want to
want
deal
to
with
deal with
negative
it. Yeah.
emotions.
That's
I,
right.
I
That's
am
right.
human. I am not a robot. I feel angry. I feel
Mm-hmm.
sad. I am disappointed. And we
Mm.
try to evade those emotions and just, you want to feel good all the time, bruh. You are not
You know
plastic.
what? Something just come to my mind
Hi,
while we were talking
Vonette.
about this, right? You know, it's have those people too who, when you're talking to them and you go to them and you're telling them your issues, they take it and turn it all on their story and their journey
Oh
and
gosh.
their life. And
Oh gosh,
they
my.
start to tell you everything that they did experience. It's like, come on, it's not about you.
We
Like,
know what happened.
so now I
Exactly.
here talking to you about your life story and your whole thing, and
And you
I
completely
stuck with
neglect
my,
mine.
Yeah,
yeah.
I suffer with, and you are telling me about things that you experienced in the past that is not causing you any sort of turmoil right now, and just completely rob me of a
Right.
moment to be able to talk about what
Exactly.
I am going through right now.
Exactly. And this is what they do unconsciously.
Yeah,
Unconsciously, what you are saying to me is, I get over it, so you could too.
true. Yeah.
And the Sherry say, "Oh gosh, I'm trying."
Listen,
That
that's not
is true.
okay. It's
It's
not
not.
okay.
It's not. It's
And
not.
it's
It's not.
something we need to stop doing because I
Yeah.
feel like the way that society is now has a lot to do with the fact that we expect, especially the social media culture. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry. Y'all
Let's
expect people to be, how all are young people smart, so thank you. Y'all
Yeah.
expect
I'm gonna
people
get us
to
some light.
be bubbly and spritey all the time. Like, you are human. Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm glad that Vonette is here because Vonette is somebody who expresses on social media when she has
Mhm.
down times. I don't want you all to feel that everything is good with me and life is perfect. Life
Exactly.
is not perfect. And you rob people of that human element when you just pretend to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have
Mm-hmm.
all your followers or all your
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
thinking that life is good with you. And deep down on the inside, It is not.
It is not.
Yep.
It is not.
It is
And
most definitely
truth be
not.
told, I think it's something that happened even before social media. Social media just sort
Right.
of bolstered
Highlighted it?
it, highlighted
Yes.
it, gave it a larger
Mm-hmm.
platform. But
Right.
you're ever having conversations with the older generation and you're trying to tell them something that happening now, and the first thing they pull out is, well, back in my day. And I'm like, dog.
It's like we're not there.
You know, I
We
can't
move.
relate. I can't relate.
Yeah.
And so then it's
Yeah.
almost just a, like, just suck it up and get back on the horse. Stop this.
Correct.
And,
Yeah, it's like
and you just feel so small afterwards. You feel like, why did I bother to try to
Yeah.
be
I even
vulnerable
talk to
in this
you.
Exactly.
space? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
true.
social media just promotes it a lot more, and we
To a
just
next
tie into it
level.
because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, you get the likes, you get the follows. This is what people
Mm-hmm.
want to hear. But at the end of the day, is it helping anybody? Is it
Is it
really
helping?
helping us,
Yeah.
or is it just helping
Exactly.
us to feel good for the 3 seconds that we looked at it?
All
Yeah.
of 3 seconds, literally.
All of 3 seconds.
Or less. So,
Or
Kito, can you tell us, since we're on this vein, can you give us, like, what are the signs? How do you know that you are um displaying,
perpetuating it, right?
yes, toxic positivity? Or how do I know that I'm receiving it?
Yeah,
Right.
now
Okay.
this is popcorn time.
Oh my God.
So if it is, some of the things I'm just going to go through a few of them, right? That would let you
Right.
know if you are in a space where toxic positivity is
Right.
being projected onto you. Or, yeah, that's the first one I want to do. How do you know if toxic positivity is being projected onto you or you're dwelling within that type of space? If
Right.
you find yourself hiding or masking your true feelings. So
Mm-hmm.
something happens, and when you are discussing it or in that space, all you feel is terrible, or you're sad and you're disappointed, and you feel like you have to mask
Mm-hmm.
that, then most likely than not, you're in a space where toxic positivity is perpetuated, where you know if you say today is rough, person will be like, no, but you know, it better than, or everything happens for a reason, or they go into one of the positive phrases that not going to help you or isn't going to validate what you're feeling at all,
Right.
then
Yeah.
chances are you're in a space that's not good for you. Like
Yeah.
you're being
Yeah.
vulnerable in the wrong space with the wrong people. So
Right.
that's one of the first things, right?
I like that, Kills. You're being
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable with the wrong
Wrong.
people
In the wrong
in the
space.
wrong space. I like
That's right.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Because the right people and the right space will validate you, would say,
Correct.
yo, that's rough, and I'm sorry you're going through that.
Yeah.
Right? Or
Yeah.
how can I help you get through that? But the
Yeah.
wrong space will just tell you, nah, you'll be all right, man,
You're
you're
right.
good. You're
Yeah.
Yeah.
good. Right? If you find yourself just trying to move on by stifling or dismissing your emotions, that's a sign of toxic positivity. And
Right.
it means that you are dwelling in that space, right? So something
Right.
bad happens. You lose your job and you do not have the capacity to take some time and just be like, yo, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this feels horrible. I wish I
Yeah.
wasn't in this situation. I need to
Yeah.
figure out a plan. But right now, all I feel is sad and
Right.
angry and disappointed. If you
Yeah.
can't do that and you go from getting laid off to just, you know what, whatever, yes, let me just move on. Let me just go and spruce my resume up one time. Let me just call somebody. Like, yo, that's a sign of toxic positivity as well.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
not so much that it's not that you're gonna live in that feeling, if you understand what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
allowing yourself to
Like, we
feel
want
for
you
a
to
little
move
bit.
on, but
Exactly.
the thing
But
is,
acknowledge it.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
Oh
Did she
no.
freeze?
Yeah, she froze.
Aw.
But yeah, it's not that we want you to live in that moment or be um sad all the time, live on feelings lane, but it's quite okay. It is quite okay to have those feelings. You don't have to live there, but you have to acknowledge it. That's right, Vonette.
Yeah.
That's right. Kills get bumped off.
Aw.
We were
I
sorry
just see
about that,
camera.
but all you understand how technology works, right? It
Yeah.
is what it is. But hiding or
I know.
masking, that's definitely a sign. I could give you a sign also. Um, Trying to give someone perspective. For
Mm.
example, They're trying to get you without acknowledging what you're feeling. They're trying to get you to see the bigger. Hey, you're
You
back.
come back.
I'm not gonna happen. But I was like, why I get kicked off? But I'm back.
Listen,
Hi.
yeah, she's back. Yeah, people who try to give you perspective instead of encouraging you to embrace it. I think that's a
Yeah.
sign that you may be experiencing toxic positivity. So, Kills, the floor is all yours. Hi, Dalton.
Ah.
Start over. You can
You
listen
say start
after.
over.
I can play it from the top.
All right. When brushing off things that are bothering you with it is what it is, rather than being able to discuss it and
Discuss
deal with
it
it and
and
say
deal
like,
with it.
this has me feeling. And okay, so let me say that I hi Marcus. It's great to be here. So let me say I had to learn, and this is me, right? I had to learn to be vulnerable. Right. And this goes all the way back to my life experiences, right? Things I would have dealt with as a child, as a teenager, growing up, things I would have experienced. I
Right.
got to a place where, listen, if you are vulnerable, Akila, people are going to walk all over you.
Okay.
People are going to take advantage of you. So you know what? Just kind of be assertive
Mm-hmm.
and whatever, right? And when
Yeah.
something happens, just get up real quick. It is what it is. Hey,
Right.
this happened, that's what it is, right? But
Right.
I had to learn, I had to unlearn that and learn to
Mm-hmm.
be vulnerable. And I'm not saying be vulnerable in every situation. Like I not go to work and somebody upset me and sit on my desk and cry long tears and blow my nose and snap
Yeah.
and go at a rate, right? This not going to happen. But I will be vulnerable enough to probably go by auntie or call up auntie and be like, yo, this happened on work today. This is what I'm feeling, and I just think it unfair, or whatever the case is, right? So if you find yourself in a place where you're brushing things off that are tough and you should be processing it, then you're probably dealing with a level of toxic positivity, because it really
Right.
is what it is. You need to deal
Yeah.
with whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
And the last one I want to touch on, listen, there are a lot, and we don't have time to do all of them, right? But the last one I want to touch on tonight, and I think it's really, really important, it's if you feel guilty about feeling sad or
Yeah.
feeling disappointed,
Mhm.
then it means that you would have encountered a lot of toxic positivity in your life, because it means that you are operating from a place that says sadness is terrible and
Yes.
we need
Yeah.
to just get rid of it. When
Yeah.
sadness is a real human emotion, we feel sad, things happen,
Yeah.
and we
Yep.
feel sad and we feel disappointed, and it is okay to sit with that emotion for a while. It
Yeah.
is okay to accept, yo, I feel sad and cry. And for some
Yeah.
of us, we've never had that experience, because everyone around us would tell us, don't cry. Oh gosh, don't cry now. It will be all
Yeah.
right. Just know it will get
Mhm.
better. What you're worried about,
Yeah.
right? When what we would have needed
Yeah.
from people would have been somebody to say, yo, that's tough. And it's
Mhm.
okay that you're sad. Like, that's a valid thing. That's a valid
Yes.
emotion
Correct.
to feel right
Yeah.
now. So if you find
Yeah.
yourself teetering in any of those areas, then maybe you just need to check and unlearn and
Yeah.
rethink how you
Yeah.
think about these emotions.
Yeah.
Rethink and
Yeah.
recondition yourself about how you deal with negative emotions. Can you
Yeah.
sit with it? Can you be
Yeah.
okay just sitting in disappointment?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, I feel like positivity cannot happen without validation. You
Yeah.
have, if you are not validating that person's feelings in the moment,
Then
more
yeah.
than likely you are
It's
being toxic.
toxic. Yeah.
Let's just keep it 100. It's
Yeah.
not okay, and we need to stop doing it. Women, men too. Like, don't just brush it off and be like, yeah, I good. Big
If
man don't cry and all of that. Like, none of that.
None of
Embrace
that.
yeah.
your feelings. It is okay. We are human beings. We have negative emotions and we
Yeah.
have positive emotions. A
Yeah.
balance of both makes you whole. A
Exactly.
balance of both. So, where did we learn all of that? All I know, we like to take it back. Like, we must have learned that from somewhere. Like,
Oh
Jace,
wait,
where did we learn that from? What's that here?
before we go into that, right? So let me just tell you, right? I know that the three of us are very passionate about this topic, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you might be listening
Somebody
and
say
Disclaimer.
we
feeling,
breaking up badly. Are
I
we?
don't know.
Guys, just let us know if you're hearing us good on Facebook, please. Thank you.
Marcus,
But go
who
ahead,
girl done with
Kila.
you for that, boy? Like,
Eh?
anything?
Spill the
Call name.
tea.
Call-
Call the name. So here's the thing. We are very passionate about it, right? And we have the real and the honest take on some of these things. But I want you to understand is that if you practice it, this is not us bashing you. We're not bashing you. We're
Correct.
not angry with you.
Mhm.
We're not throwing you under the
Tag
bus
bonus
either
comment.
because we acknowledge that we are like this as well. Like
Yeah.
we have our traits that we are unlearning as well. So just know we're going into the next segment earlier. We're not fighting earlier. There's love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's love. Right.
But
All
guess
right.
what? But guess what? This is let's talk about it. And the
Yeah.
purpose of this podcast was to talk about uncomfortable things that people do not want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
take that with a grain of salt, grab your tea,
Yeah.
popcorn, take your pressure tablet, and let we go.
Let's do this.
Oh, by the way. Yeah, so these I did what influences toxic positivity, right?
Mhm.
So my number one thing was social media.
Right.
So
Right.
when I do my research, I kind of like break it down because
Right.
this is something that I think right now that it's kind of like a problem. If you know what I mean. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
Because in social media, first of all, you have the influencers, right? The influencers are always trying to portray a particular life to people to make you feel invalid on how you live in or how your reality is, right? So we have the influencers. So this is how I break it down.
Right.
So in the influencers, you have the life realtors. So these are the ones who are always trying to sell your life and telling you how to create the life that they live in
I
and all
like
these
that.
different type of stuff. Yeah, they're always selling something. They're always selling your life, selling
Yeah.
you this, coming with a stack of money, 2 stacks of
Pie
money,
in
and
the
having it.
sky.
Yeah.
That time is just
Look-
probably about 200 or 300 US with
Exactly.
$20 and paper, and the bottom have probably 2 or 3 little 20 real US
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
stacking it up, pretending life realtors.
Yeah.
Selling your life, making you
Selling
feel
dreams.
making you feel invalid about your life because imagine when you down, where does normally run to? Not social media, just to try
Yeah.
and
Scrolling.
so you
Yeah.
have that. Then you have the Google assistants.
Oh.
They always know everything. They always been through everything. You
Yeah.
Oh
ask them
gosh,
one
man.
question, they're telling you about Google assistants. They too is a problem with social media. Then you have, oh God, I'll leave this one here. The profound quotas.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Talk to me. Talk to them.
Is the
I'm
ones
gonna
who
squeeze the rest of
don't
this tea bottle out.
ever read the book to understand the quote that they're putting out there, but they're putting
Yeah.
quote after
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
smile like this and honey this. You ask them one question, they're quoting everything for you. No, validate my feeling. I don't want no quote.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
read the
And
book.
then they use these things to tell us that once you subscribe to this thought, everything would be fine. Like
Yes.
once you get up in the
Like-
morning and say, today is going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything
that
is
should
going to be
just
great.
be-
Everything is going to be perfect. And my house and my money is coming to me today. And you do nothing.
No.
You on TikTok? Here you. Morning affirmations. Repeat this after me. When I wake up in the morning, I doesn't feel to say no affirmation. I'm not lying.
Exactly. I'm not
Affirmation what?
affirming nothing. I'm not affirming anything until I take a shower and then I will start diving my day to start.
Well, I'm gonna brush my teeth now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the thing is, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with a positive mindset. Nothing is wrong
Exactly.
with finding
No,
the
but-
things to motivate yourself. But understand that if that is all you are doing, you won't see the results that these people are perpetuating.
Exactly.
It won't happen. You have to
And
put
then-
in the work.
And then there's no balance because there's nothing wrong with putting that out. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
But then
Yeah.
where is the balance? Do you
Exactly.
show people when you're not having a good day? So earlier, my
And
nails
then-
are cancelled, my hair appointment, or I watch my hair. I now put questions on
Wait. Oh yeah, I guilty of
I
that.
can
I
show you
guilty of that. I guilty of that. Like my social media is very positive. Like, and if you interact with me online, a lot of me is just right, probably this is
Right.
great. Today is awesome. But
Yeah.
when something bad happens, I tend to retreat. Like,
Turn
I don't
in.
want to post nothing. I don't want
Right.
to talk to nobody. I don't want to hear it. I just want to go like in a dark, dark space and figure
And
this
hide.
out and come back when I bright and bubbly again. That
Oh God.
Not me.
yeah.
Anybody who follow me on Instagram know I cried a couple times.
Oh God,
I
why?
True. It's
listen,
true, it's
I
true. I love
I don't
that
even
though.
say anything. Like, and I didn't plan to. Like, I'll open my stories, and
Uh,
the minute I look, it's like I cannot. I just, it's so overwhelming for me. I'm very emotional. My brother will tell all this, my mother will tell all that. I cry for everything. So
well,
Yeah,
Anita,
she
we
does.
right,
we know.
We know. We know. Yes, cry for quotes at the end of the podcast, dog. Like
I know,
it's
right?
serious. It's serious.
like I opened my camera one time, and all of the tears just start rolling, and
Oh
people,
wow.
the amount of people that identified with that, like, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks for doing that. I like, thanks for doing what? I
For
just cry
crying.
on Instagram.
Nah, I can't cry on Instagram.
But
I can't.
but we
I
need
yeah.
balance. Like, and it wasn't a long sobbing cry. It's like tears
Just
just
tears just
fell.
come down.
Yo,
Yeah.
And people,
I remember that,
you
Anissa,
remember
and
it.
that was
Yeah,
powerful. That was powerful. Like we
Wow.
didn't even know what was going on. Nisa just literally came on that story
yeah,
and just tears, Jesse, tears
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
running, and you just in that moment, like, yo, this rough.
Damn.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what it
Exactly.
is, but
But then the next day I came out and I said, I'm okay. Sometimes you just need a good cry, and that's all
Cry.
I was
Yeah.
doing.
That's why
And
my
people related
shower,
with that.
my shower said that.
But Marcus say
Yeah.
every
Okay.
single thing. But go from here and there.
Okay. Let me continue. So we had the
Yeah.
meditation gurus, right?
Hmm.
That's the one who always telling you, "Kumbaya, your life, kumbaya, this peace."
Yes. Peace and
You
love.
know, that's them type of people. So these are the big influences that we have. Some of the influences. So that's social media. Yeah, break it down
Right.
for you in social media, right? But so for people like me who live in the US, well, I don't live in the US now, but who lived in the US and work in the US, the workplace and the culture of the jobs today, trust me, high on toxic positivity. My profession is a general manager in
Right.
hospitality, right? So
mm-hmm.
my goal is to always keep my staff happy. I didn't care, well, it's not like I didn't care, but the way how they train you is like their problems is not your business.
Right, right.
So I have that instilled in me as far as whatever I'm going through on the outside really
Right.
don't matter when I
Yeah.
come to work.
It
I
doesn't
just
Yeah.
have
belong
to
here.
be, hi everybody, let's get job done. Oh my God, let's do this, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody would know that I was driving in my car crying, wanting to
Mm-hmm.
crash my car. And my friend dude could attest to this because I call him and tell him, dude, I just want to drive this car at 100
Yeah.
miles per hour and crash my car,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
crying. And then as soon as I reach in the parking lot to work and I come out my car and I'm inside the job, like, hi everybody, how are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
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 And that's how we had to live, and that's how
Yeah.
we survive.
I
And
remember Keela sharing an example like that recently. I think it was probably last season when she talked about, being out in the public, and as soon as you hit your door, it's just like you're bawling and crying.
yeah,
You're
Listen
really
to
not
me.
okay.
That's a real thing. Like, and the thing is, sometimes we learn skills as survival skills, and
mm-hmm,
we just use it constantly. So for me, I would be having the most traumatic day and put
Yeah.
on a brave face because I at work or I'm at an event or I have something to do. And the
yeah,
moment I turn that key in my door,
Yeah.
tears, I'm breaking
yes,
down, and it's because I'm
yep,
holding all this in
that in,
Yeah.
all day, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have to be able to unlearn that, to create spaces within our day where we could check in with somebody and be like, yo, I'm not okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
But
have people who will affirm that.
in the
Yeah.
workspace
It's
they
not.
don't
It's
care
not
about that.
allowed. Yeah.
Because, and then, we have this, well, in the US, I'm not sure, well, in the US,
Oh.
this is how it is. When you're going out to work, you have to work at least 60 to 70 to 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's
Yeah.
the culture that they create, which is toxic. And then even with that, you still have to be happy. And then you have
Yeah.
social media to add into that, where they're telling you, work this amount of money if you want to become a millionaire, and
Yeah.
only sleep for 4 hours and then
Uh-huh.
come out and smile. No, it
Not
don't
No.
work
here.
like that.
Yeah.
It does
Look
not
at look
work
at
like
look at the
that.
comment section. Vonette is saying, this happened to me yesterday. As soon as my husband and son left this house, total meltdown.
Oh
And
Yep.
wow.
Kiki is saying it's a cultural thing. Show
Yeah.
no weakness.
Yep.
Yeah,
Keep your
we can't
emotions to
show weakness.
yourself.
We
You're
can't show
right.
weakness.
You know, as
Yeah.
one statement we used to, I said it earlier on. Don't bring your personal business into the workplace.
Yeah. Yep.
That's one thing that is always tell you. Don't bring your
Yes.
personal drama into the workplace.
Yep.
I think
It's
he's
true.
sticky again.
Yeah, she's stick again. I feel she have
Yeah.
flow, you know.
Let me just put it down here and share it. Oh God. Right,
As
so
if I don't have flow too. I'm weak.
the one the workplace, your boss, your manager, your supervisor, right?
Yeah.
And then we have family and friends. We just kind of discuss that. You know, you're going
Yeah.
to them and telling you're going through a little tough time, and they want to tell you about their situation or what they've been through and
Yeah.
turn the whole issue onto them, or they
Yes.
just simply ignore you and say, "What are you complaining for? You look at all the things
Exactly.
you have. What are you complaining for?"
Exactly. And again, it's the invalidation of people's feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
don't
you don't
invalidate
have
my
a
feelings.
right to feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way. And that's not okay.
Exactly.
That's not
Welcome
okay.
back, Eels.
Hey, hey, our flow.
No, but Ampli and they usually so good. I need to call them tomorrow because I swear by this internet service. But yes, we here.
Yeah, but that's you know some of the influences. We have friends, family, we workplace, and social media, and we have to be mindful to not let these things consume us. And we have to understand too that we have emotions, and it's okay to be
Yeah.
involved with the emotions and understand that it is motions. It is
Yeah.
emotion. Keep that feeling going.
Going. That's right.
So
Exactly.
I have a
Don't
question.
get
I don't
stuck in it.
remember I get kicked off twice, right? So hopefully I don't know if we mentioned it. Right. Hi Auntie, and hello Marcus, good morning. My thing is, are we so for me from a Christian perspective, right? I feel like a lot of the toxic positivity I have
Please just go there.
experienced.
Woo.
I know I have to go there, Anissa. I have to go
I
there.
didn't bring
No,
that
I'm
up.
saying
No.
please, let's go there.
Yeah, let's go there. So they said, please don't go there.
Let me go.
Let's.
No, okay, so from a Christian perspective, so I can't speak about other religious organizations or institutions, right? But from a Christian perspective, I can't say that I have received a lot of toxic positivity coming out of the church. Because sometimes you are going through something, and rather than hear you out and validate what you're feeling and just allow you space to be down or go through your down season, the church goes, oh no man, you need to name it and claim it. I am more than a conqueror, too blessed to be stressed. And
I'm blessed
then
and
like you
highly
need to
favored.
say it. I am Akila, you are blessed and you are highly favored, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And I'm like, yo, dog, the weapon's feeling like they're prospering right now. And if we could just sit in that moment, I will be glad. Right?
Listen.
So I feel like the church has perpetuated so much toxic positivity and has not allowed us to be human. Jesus wept, guys. When Christ felt sad, he cried.
Exactly. I told my mother this on several occasions. And anybody who is Christian on this podcast, don't come for me. I am a picky. I know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Right? So I think that sometimes in the church uses Jesus as a blanket to just cover all issues.
Yep.
We don't
I
like
highly
to
agree.
deal with what the problem is.
Yeah.
So I am going through grief. You are going to tell me, well, they go on to be with the Lord, and I should be okay. I
With
shouldn't
that.
feel because that person has gone to be with the Lord. I lost my job. God has something better in store for you. I know that. I know that. But right about now, it doesn't feel that way.
And
And
allow
what
me
we
to
do
sit in
is
that.
from Sunday school come up, even in schools, you are teaching us that it's not okay. Once you
Yeah,
once you have Jesus, you have everything. I
Yep.
am here to tell you that that is not the right teaching.
True.
Jesus, who is
Listen.
Jesus, when he heard that Lazarus died, he take how much days he take before he reached? What do
3
you think he
days.
was doing in them 3 days? Rejoicing? What's I got there? That's not what he was doing. He was not doing that.
No, it's true. It is
He
true.
was not doing that.
Even as Christ showed so many different emotions, the man get vexed and turn over some tables. Yet all they don't want to hear me when I say I angry. No, sis, you can't be angry. Then yes, I could be angry. I just need to not cuss you out and sin while I vex. This
They
is
know
but I could be
they
vexed.
correct. They negate the be angry part.
Yeah,
Leave
yeah.
out the be angry part. Listen, God gave you
Ole
these
want me to
emotions.
get into
Listen, Anil
But
said it.
into
You
this
were
church thing,
created. Anil said you were created you were not created with a spirit of fear. So don't
Hey,
so
worry.
don't
Annie,
worry.
let me
Preach
tell
the
you
things,
something, eh?
Anil.
Let me tell you something. You see, this whole um church business. Sorry, I'm not offending anybody who go in. I have to apologize some now because earlier no, I'm sorry. I'm
Disclaimer.
sorry. I'm going right here. Disclaimer. To me, the church is just a place where everybody just dress up and go and see who looking good this Sunday, you know.
Oh gosh, magic.
Because no, for real, for real, for real. Because it do not promote the things that they want to be preaching.
Yeah.
They don't promote it.
Yeah, you just expect.
The church is the most. I listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I know
I
who
don't know.
go to church, but the devil probably just be right there. The devil right there, like, yes, preach the things, brother, because none of them practice it. I have witnessed so many people go in church and bad talking the person who's sitting on right behind them. Why are you being so toxic? Why?
Yeah, yeah, and we let those things slide.
Yeah,
It is
church is
sorry,
just a
Kila.
concert for old people. Sorry to say that. It's just a concert for old people, and the young ones just following suit. It's just
Yeah,
a place to go.
Kila gone again. Oh God, we sorry. Kila, where you going, girl? What happened?
She
Auntie, I
coming.
ain't doing it right. They
La,
ain't doing right
nah,
by you.
actually.
They're not doing right by you. Like we,
Sorry.
then Auntie, I'm not doing right by you. Like we just put it out there. But
I understand,
yeah,
Chacha. I understand it's not everybody, yeah.
yeah.
But once you can tell me, show me a few, and I'll
It's
be happy with that. You know, bless Jesus' name.
it's okay. It's
But I
okay.
just not for the church.
Yeah, it's okay to believe those things. I am not saying that. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to feel like I am more than a conqueror. However, there are days when you will not feel like a conqueror.
That's right.
And what we're saying is, it is okay if you feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've learned, especially from church culture and from
Don't
the
bring up
school
that word
structure,
church, you know.
and some of our
Had a horrible
families,
experience.
Yeah.
listen, and some of our families, they taught
True.
us to not, you do not show your weakness. I think it
Mm-hmm.
is Kiki who mentioned that. If you
Yeah.
show emotion, it is a sign that you are weak. Well, I
Weak.
am here to tell you that if you are emotionless, you are not superior to me in any way,
Yeah.
because you must be a balanced person.
Of
You are
Mm-hmm.
course.
human. You
Of course.
experience things, you feel. We feel differently. So,
Yep.
how I would react would be different from the way you react. But that does not mean that you just throw it under the bus. If you
Yeah.
believe in God, if you believe in Jesus, that's great. But
Yeah.
even the same Bible we read, it says that Jesus was touched with our infirmity.
Yeah.
Where you think we get the infirmity from? How you think he was touched?
Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. And this
What
is why we
exactly
need
was he
these
touched with?
conversations because we need to change the culture. We need to change the
Exactly.
culture. We need to have people who can be sensitive in religious places that when somebody is going through something, it's not okay to just pass a Jesus brush and send them on the way. Like, come on.
This is what
At
I
least
was saying.
validate what they feel. Like, yo, what you're
Yeah.
going through rough. What you are
Yeah.
going through is something that is
Yeah.
difficult. And how can I help you? Not
Yeah.
This is what I would say. I would say this has to start with the older generation. I am sorry. They have to start being open minded to the issues that young people are facing in their lives. And
yeah.
it is not okay because they are going through something. It is not okay for you to say, well, listen, there's nothing to worry about.
That's life.
That's
Thy
right.
life. It is
That
not
Back
life.
in my day.
okay.
Back in my day.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
the older generation, and I don't even like to use the word, but the generation before us, the generations before us we are asking you, please have an open mind to our issues, our emotions, our pains, our daily fights. Be
Yep.
open to this.
Listen, I
Yeah.
feel like I am not going to give up on them completely, but I
Oh
feel
no.
the change has to start with us, like this conversation right now.
Mm-hmm.
They done passing it real hard for some of them to break out. That that
Yeah.
is like default.
Practice.
That's all they know. That is what they
Yeah.
know,
Practice.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of them are not willing to hear that. They're not willing to hear that. You and I and the people on this live, you have the opportunity to take it with you, not
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
just to hear it. Because I really hate when people just, oh, you come and it was nice. Again, church culture. It was nice. And all the real talk the things tonight. Yeah, talk the things and
And nothing
right?
happened. No,
Mm-hmm.
no change in
Go
behavior.
practice. Exactly.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only way that change is going to happen. You can't
Yeah.
sit on it all the time. We have to start somewhere. We have to
Yeah.
start somewhere. So as we on that point, because we coming close to the end, I feel like we just have so much to
Why?
say. And
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I
this
have
1 hour
things.
thing that, yeah, we have real things to say, but we try to be concise. We try to be as concise as possible. So we kind of talk about, just we barely scratch the surface, where
Mm-hmm.
we learn that from. And of course we are fully aware that there are other places that we learn that from. Maybe that's another topic for another time.
Yep.
But what we want is not just to talk about it, but to make sure that when you leave here, you have some kind of tools. How do I manage this? How
Mm-hmm.
do I navigate this? What do I do? How do you embrace positivity in a healthy way? That's what
Yeah.
we want to do. So, Keels, do you have any tips for us? This is what. Thank you, Vonette.
Yes. So, in terms of how we embrace positivity in a healthy way, right? We could change the way we think about some of these statements that are out there and some of these things that we hold on to. So, I understand why we hold on to it because we really want to feel good, and sadness and disappointment and anger are not emotions that feel good, right? And you want to move
Yeah.
out of that space. But we still need to reframe the way we think about things. So let's say when people tell you everything happens for a reason. Okay, cool. I hear you with that, but that doesn't validate the way I feel or the way someone else feels or how you feel. The
Yeah.
reality is sometimes you pull the crappy end of the stick in life. And
Mm-hmm.
this is tough. And so in that moment, what you could do is just acknowledge that, yo, this is a real crappy situation. And I am
Mm-hmm.
sorry that you are going through it. How can I help?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you validated the person's emotions by telling them you're a failure. I agree with you. Yes, this is bad, and what you're feeling is valid. But
Yeah.
also you get to a point where you ask them now, well, how do I help you? So the person
Mm-hmm.
gets a chance to let you know, listen, I just needed a place to vent, and thanks for that. Like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
somebody to talk to. Or the person could tell you, like, I'll be real good right now, some ice cream, or you could rub my foot
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever it is, that person can then tell you what they need in
Yeah.
that moment without you just giving them the little brush of, hey, everything has happened
Yeah.
for a reason, and they just sit down there
Yeah.
like, well, what's the reason, and how
Yeah.
long before I know what the
What
reason
is
is?
the reason?
What
Everything
is
happens for a
the reason?
reason. And
So what, yeah, and
and
what we doing about my feelings now though, like this feeling
yeah.
that I'm feeling, right? Another thing you could do, people tend to say, you know what, we just have to delete negativity.
Hmm.
Dan,
That's not
it's not
how.
even
Where's
about
the delete
negativity.
button?
A bad thing happened and I feel bad about it, and it's not so easy to delete negativity, right?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
could again validate that person's emotions and be like, yo, suffering is a part of life, and
Yeah.
you are not alone, but I am
Yeah.
here. How can I help?
Yeah.
You always
Right.
want to get to that point, especially when somebody's going through something rough. Like, don't just give them all these airy fairy words and send them on the way, because sometimes people need help, but they just don't know how to come out and ask for it. And by you starting that conversation of how can I help, it
Mm-hmm.
gives them an opportunity to tell you what they need from you in the moment.
Keels, if I could just interject here, right? I
Yeah.
think the reason why we do not acknowledge how people feel is because we do not care. Here's what.
Yes,
In Trini
I
culture,
agree.
Mm.
let me say this, right? In Trini culture, when you meet somebody, they feel, hey, how you going? You keep walking. You really don't care about how I'm going.
Yeah, yeah.
You are
Oh yeah, and if
asking
you're
that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How you
You
going?
are
You're good?
asking that out of routine. Do you
Yeah,
really care? If
we
you
Yeah.
don't
don't.
care, listen, me and asking you how you going if I am plan to stop. Hey,
Yeah.
hi, nice to see you. I'd rather say that
Yeah. Yeah.
because I can't ask you how you're going, and we do this so casually.
Yeah,
We
the
do
only
it
time
so
people just
casually.
care is when drama come out with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
People,
then it's not
I
even
feel
care.
like
It's
they
just
just don't
like the
care.
scandal and the
That's like the
sus.
scandal.
Just
Yeah.
want to know your business. Hey, earlier, Barbara, just offer me a massage and listen, don't play with me. I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, but we people, even when people reach out, and the thing is, because we know that people do this, it makes it that much harder for us to be vulnerable. Because I
Yeah.
know that a lot of people will, if I put up right now that I angry, a lot of people will be in my inbox and what go on, girl, who vex you, da da da. And it's because they just
Yeah.
want to know the information. And
Information,
after
exactly.
I pour my heart out and let you know in a tough place, they say, wait boy, that rough. And just to
Yeah.
go
yeah.
and run
And
and
that's
spread your
it.
little gossip, just go with it.
And that is, and I'm going to answer Kiki's question, and that is why people don't say how they are.
Yeah, it's
So
Mm.
when
true.
somebody asks you how you going, you rather say,
They
yeah, I
say,
good.
yeah, good.
Because generally, let we be real honest, generally, the minute you start to pour your heart out, people like, oh gosh, so is every day. So, oh God.
Yeah, you always
So
have a problem.
you
Yeah.
put your phone on speaker and you start to walk around your room, you really don't care. You don't care. You don't be caring.
Don't
Hmm.
ask me if you don't care.
Or
Leave
you
me.
know, it have them who is just you're talking to them and them either doing something or they're on the
Oh
phone
gosh,
or
man,
they.
listen.
It's like, what's your purpose? Why are you even here sitting? Like, go
We
somewhere
ask
with
I
them.
wanna
nothing.
fight you, you know.
Yeah,
You see if
that
I
does
going through a
annoy
problem
me.
and I talking to you
And you
and you pick
ignoring
up your
me.
phone or you zone off. I don't talking her. I don't and
Yeah.
don't come afterwards and ask me what I was saying. Don't bother. Don't
Yeah.
whatever you was doing was important. Don't bother. I good.
Listen, I do ask nothing. You're right. You're right. Go ahead, Keels. I just needed to plug that in. Do you really care? So from now on, the people who listening, don't ask, hey, how you going? If you know, you ain't really care to know how they
Yeah.
going.
Exactly.
Right? Let we stop
Yeah.
that.
You
Right.
have to. In terms of toxic positivity and some of the ways that we could get around toxic positivity, right? One, you're gonna have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
just the reality. You vulnerability is not an easy thing, and at the core, anytime you start feeling shame and guilt and these
Mhm.
sort of things, know that it is tied to vulnerability,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right? And it will never be easy to be vulnerable. It will
Yeah.
not. But the first person you have to be willing to be vulnerable with is yourself.
That's yourself.
Because a lot of us are afraid to admit, even to ourselves, that something doesn't feel good. Like
Yeah.
when I first started, so I did read all these articles and things on like emotional intelligence and all of these things, right? And
Mhm.
one thing that was a thread through a lot of these articles and a lot of this information was that you have to be okay naming what you're feeling. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
have to be
You're
okay
right.
just sitting and saying what I feel is sadness. And be
Mhm.
comfortable that something that accompanies sadness is
Yeah.
tears. Some
Yeah.
of us we're not comfortable with
Comfortable.
our own selves and we
It's
have to
true.
You
do that.
know,
Yeah, Jesse.
you know what I say? I don't think vulnerability is hard. I just think a lot of us were taught how to be vulnerable because being vulnerable, once you understand and know what it is, it's very easy to do and become.
Yes, I
Yeah.
real
Very, very
vulnerable.
easy.
I too vulnerable.
Yeah, once
I
you
always
know, I
crying.
think we were taught, both men and women, we were taught, especially in our culture, in our Trinidadian culture, we were taught to just be some hard because it's single woman raising us. We were just supposed to be hard and move
Yeah.
on and deal with situations. Nobody had
Yeah.
time for we crying. Nobody had time for we
Yeah.
to deal with that.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't
We were
learn
taught.
how
Yeah.
to, or we weren't taught how to be vulnerable. But
Yeah.
it's very easy once you know and understand it. It's very easy to be
To be
vulnerable.
in touch with it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it's about finding the right spaces. Because I would have mentioned
Mhm.
that before, right? Finding the right people and finding the
Well said.
right
Yeah.
spaces. Because
Yeah.
space and people is a big concept for me. Like I like
Yes.
people, I get along with people, but I don't necessarily like people in my space. Like I don't necessarily like people close to me.
Yeah.
So I tend to have a little be cool from over there. That's me,
Yeah.
right? I'm being
Yeah.
honest, I'm vulnerable. That's me. But I had to learn. I had to learn
Yeah.
how to trust some people because
Yeah.
you just can't do it by yourself.
No.
If
No.
you are
No, you
going
can't.
through something and you feel like everything, you have to do it by yourself and you absolutely don't need anybody. Yo, you need to check that. You absolutely need to check that because we need people. We need
Yeah.
spaces that feel
Yes, we do.
safe, spaces that are safe. And a lot of it and a big part of it is you being willing to be vulnerable in that space. And I
Yeah.
am telling you this from experience. I am madam. Yeah, everything good. Hey, how you going? Girl? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I real good.
She ain't lying.
I not complaining. And you see if something wrong, here what I just do. Killer, what going on? As
Dalton,
be
be
like,
safe, please.
if it is that something going wrong, I might give it. Here how I will give it. Kila, what going on? Everything good with you? It's not perfect, but I ain't dying, so I good.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I will automatically switch the conversation to what going on with you? Everything okay? And
Turn it
ask
back
you
to
a
them.
set of questions and just move away from it.
Yeah.
But it's not the healthiest thing because then all I do is just keep all of these emotions bottled up.
Uh-huh.
And then the slightest little thing could cause me to trip. And so you might really just bounce my toe and I scramble you.
Yeah.
and you'll be like, you really scrambled me for bouncing your toe, girl.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not that. It's because I bottle up all these things and I refuse to be vulnerable with anyone or
Yeah.
in any space. And
Right.
problems, it's
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's
You're
the
right.
same thing that used to happen. I used to hold it in. I used to hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. And then one day I just trip off on everybody and everybody like, wait, what going on? Why you so angry? Why you mad? Why you this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah.
to say something before, but they wasn't listening. So now I bottle it up
Yeah.
so much, the cork pop.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we
Yep.
we seeing
Yes, the bottle
how
shake.
much ignoring it affects you. Like it does not go
Exactly.
away. It is
Yeah.
never going to just go away. You have to face this thing head on.
At
Head
some
on.
point.
It's not
At some
at
point.
some point you're
At
going
some
to
point.
have to.
Listen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so I want to share a quick story here, right? As Anissa said, at some
Yeah.
point you're gonna have to face it, right? So from very young, I learned the concept of shelving things, right? Taking things and putting it on a shelf, emotions. So
Right.
something could happen now that is absolutely terrible and has me feeling terrible, but because I know I have something to do, and the something to do doesn't have to be something like just today. I could be that, hey, I have a project I'm working
Right.
on for the next 2 months and I just don't have the room for a breakdown right now. So let me just drop this on a shelf. So I learned that concept very young in life, right? What
Right.
I started to do was shelve everything. So I always busy. So I never made time
To
to
address
take
it.
things down and to address
Right.
things, right?
Right.
And let me tell you what happened to me. I was literally walking across campus a day and just started to cry. Nobody ain't do me a thing. Nothing happened to me, but it's just as though
Just you and
everything
the
Too
just
air.
come
much. It was
crumbling off the
overwhelming.
shelf. And
Yeah.
I just started to cry. And the way that I explained it, it was like when a car glass is broken. And I probably shared this
Oh
analogy before.
wow.
When a car glass is shattered and the only thing holding it together is the tint, you can see
Yeah.
all of the cracks. And you
Yeah.
know, if you pull away that tint,
That's
everything
it.
is going
They're
to
gonna
fall.
fall.
And that's how I felt because I dealt with nothing. All I did was put things up. I became that shattered glass. And so I was literally just crying and feeling like, yo, this is the end here in the friend. Like
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
goals, all these things that I put before dealing with my emotions, like
Yeah.
none of it matters. And all of it is going to fail because now, oh crap,
Yeah.
everything's spilling over. So from
Yeah.
experience, I can tell you that not dealing with your
Not
emotions,
it doesn't work.
it has come back to you, boy. It has come back to you.
Listen,
So it's better to
I,
deal with it now than deal with
Right.
all at
In the
some
middle
point
of
in time.
campus for everybody to
yeah,
see.
that's crazy because that's crazy. I could really relate with that. Just mine's wasn't one day.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine's was probably at least a month.
Damn.
So, and then that month it was probably like literally every day. Every time I
Right.
have to hop in my car and drive to work, Yeah,
Yes.
I had a mental breakdown. I was driving like so many days I didn't even know how I reached to work. I can't
Right.
remember me driving to work. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember anything.
Autopilot.
Crap.
Or complete autopilot. I'll just reach in the parking lot and be like, shit, I reached to work already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember like really driving. I remember one time, this was the scariest time. It wasn't scary, but it was just like I was at that point, like done,
Yeah.
finito. I don't want to continue no more.
Yeah.
I was driving my car. When I checked the car, it was going at 160 miles per hour, and I
Wow.
was going straight for a bridge.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
And
Wow.
that's all because of bottling up emotions and
Emotions.
holding
Yeah.
it
And not
Mm-hmm.
dealing with it.
and not dealing with it, or
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
unheard, or
Yeah.
feeling not enough, or not
Yeah.
even valid, like my feelings is not valid.
Yeah.
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 And
And
this is things that
yeah,
happens.
Mm-hmm.
it's so important. And I want you to know, if you're listening and you're going through a tough time, it's okay. It
Yeah.
is quite okay that you are not okay.
That-
Yeah.
We all understand. You've heard Keela's story. You've heard JC's story. All I know, I just cry all the time. It's okay if you're not okay. It doesn't make you weak. Nothing is
yeah,
wrong with you. It's a part of the human experience. You are
Experience.
yeah,
human,
That's
you are
right. That's
flawed,
right.
and you are going to feel down some days. And there are days when you will feel really dark, and that's
yeah,
okay.
it's
Accept
fine.
that,
This is me
acknowledge that.
again.
It's okay.
Um.
Address it.
Oh, I think she gone
Address
again.
it. It's yeah, she going again, right? I wanted to give you something practical that we do. Hi, Kevin. Something practical that we do
Hi,
is use our
Kevin.
speech. We use our speech to defeat us a lot of times. So
Mm,
here are some examples of how you could start changing your language, because
mhm.
you speak that to yourself, you say it to others, and it's really harmful. So instead
Exactly.
of saying something like, for example, failure is not an option,
Mm,
you could replace that with, failure is a part of growth and success. It's a
yep.
part of life. You can't pull that away. A lot of the things that we have now, the light bulb, somebody had to fail a couple of times for us to
Before
enjoy
it
that
went up.
luxury, right?
Mhm,
You have things like, if I can do it, so can you.
mhm,
We're not doing that. Replace that with, everyone's story, abilities, limitations are different. And
mhm.
that's okay. You
Yeah.
change the language. Here's another popular one. Hi, Killer. Good night. Pleasant good night.
Pleasant good night, everybody. I reach.
Right?
I reach. I reach.
So instead of saying things like, if I can, right? So I did that. Instead of saying something like, everything happens for a reason, we love to use
Mm,
that one, right? Say something, replace that with, sometimes we can draw the short straw in life. Keela
yeah.
mentioned that earlier, right? How
Mhm.
can I support you during this time? The
Yeah.
goal is to acknowledge, accept,
Yeah.
and then try to figure this thing out. But
Yeah.
when you ignore it, which we do a lot of times,
Mhm.
we ignore it, we don't want to
Yep.
deal with it, it becomes a problem. And that's what we
Problematic.
don't want for you. We don't want that for you. So,
Exactly.
um, it was nice. The vibe was
Yeah.
nice.
It's
We
good.
winding down. You all know
How
we've
Yes.
Kevin
been
now
here.
reach earlier? Look,
Yeah,
Kevin.
he had to pull back.
8:05. Miss the
He
whole
want to come back.
party. Kevin, you're owing me time, brethren.
Yes, yes. We usually end with our quotes, which is our signature thing. So I'll let JC go first, kills you, and then
Oh,
I will end. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So my quote, I make it up.
Hey.
So my quote is, never ignore the emotion. The real task is not being stagnant in the emotion. Yeah.
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 Keela get distracted. Why?
Because Marcus talking about half cooked curry way. I done.
It's a shade. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't come for none of my co-hosts, eh? Very well.
All
Just
right.
say it again, please, because Marcus has distracted us.
Hold on.
Please behave, Marcus Paul. We're not calling no name.
Oh my. Um, never, never ignore the emotion. The real task is not being stagnant in that emotion.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Go ahead, Q.
Um, Sadness, anger, envy, and fear all exist for a reason. If you can figure out what your emotions are trying to tell you, you're more likely to overcome the feelings that you're feeling and move into a healthy, positive space.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. All
Yeah.
right. So mine is by Carl Jung, and I just added a little spin to it. It says the goal is to be whole and not just to be good. It
Mm.
is better to be a well balanced, well rounded person, which includes embracing who you are. Being
Mm-hmm.
a healthy human being involves being conscious of yourself and
Mm-hmm.
how you show up in the world. If you recognize yourself as a transmitter of toxic positivity, it's time to cut it out, right? You're hurting yourself and the people that you care about by insisting a monochromatic mindset. We need to stop that. And if you are
Mm.
being influenced by toxic positivity, encourage setting healthy boundaries with
Mm.
Yes.
anyone who passes judgment on your authentic experience and speak
Hmm.
your truth.
Truth.
We
Speak
only
your
get one
Yay.
truth.
chance at this life. You understand? The goal
Yep.
is not to be good, the goal is to be whole. It's
Yeah.
all good,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so, so much. It's now our 110 minutes we spent with Talia, right? Thank you
Loved it.
guys so much for joining us. Be sure to check us out next Thursday, 7 p.m. We're talking about something else. I ain't gonna tell her
Yeah.
there. Let her come back, okay? When all comes through.
Yes. Auntie
Anissa
Sherry, it
sound
was
Brilliant.
like
good to have you back.
Anissa
So
sound
we're
like a
shouting out.
real radio personality then.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
join us now and
Yeah,
like
listen.
She followed your
My little
voice. She followed
broadcast,
your
my little
voice.
broadcasting course I didn't do in
yeah,
June.
yeah,
So
Come
yeah.
out, come out.
right. So we're
Doing it.
shouting out all our regulars, Auntie Sherry, Lynn, Paul, Dalton,
Yes.
Marcus. Oh, hey Lachelle, I see you. Um, we had Vonnet on tonight, Kiki tonight.
Whitney was
We had
here.
Whitney
Tristan
was
Grant
here.
Wendell, who is on
Wendell, YouTube.
YouTube.
Right, we have a lot of
Yes,
people
Kevin.
coming through.
Kevin
Miss
on
Perian,
YouTube.
Miss Allison, Trista
Real
Brad.
Life
Right.
Guru on
Yes.
YouTube.
Thank you guys for tuning
Everybody that's
in.
on
We love
Tarian.
all of
Yeah.
Saeed.
y'all.
It was good to have you here on the side. It's my friend from Jamaica. And it's hey boo.
Hey,
JC.
what?
JC.
I didn't even say
Dal-
nothing.
It's your face.
Dalton
It's
said
your
come
face.
back
It's your face.
tomorrow.
I get to shout outside like this. Come on.
Dalton said come back tomorrow.
All right,
Come back tomorrow,
Sai.
Dalton. We want you
We'll
to
see
miss.
you on
Hi,
Tuesday.
Tamika. Yes, we will see all of y'all on Thursday, 7 p.m.
On
Sorry.
Thursday. All right,
Thanks for
bye
joining
guys.
us. Bye,
Thank
Hasta la
everybody.
you.
vista.
Bye.